It's game number 15 of the Indian T20 League. It's the battle of the Royals. It's Bengaluru taking on Rajasthan. It's Virat Kohli taking on Steve Smith. Two of the best in the world at the moment. It's going to be a great contest to watch out for because Virat Kohli and company are high on winning that Super Over versus Mumbai, whereas Rajasthan are ever so slightly a little low on confidence on losing their third game, especially after the fact that they recorded the greatest run chase in the history of the Indian T20 League just a couple of games ago. So it's going to be a great battle to watch out for, and this video is the perfect place for you guys to find out all the important numbers, all the stats, all the facts, everything that you guys need to know before you start watching this video. So without much further ado, let's quickly get into it. Well, Rajasthan and Bangalore love playing against each other. Since 2018, both these sides have met each other 4 times, and 3 out of those 4 times Rajasthan have won it. So the men from Jaipur, the men from Rajasthan have an upper hand over Bengaluru going into this game. But Virat Kohli and men, like I said before, are on a winning high. So we never know. Everything that happens on the day is what matters. Quickly moving on and speaking about the venue, this game is going to be played in Abu Dhabi. And this game is going to be a crackerjack of a contest because the teams that have batted first have won thrice, and teams that have chased have only won twice. So that gives a very clear idea of what both these captains will be doing. Let's quickly move on, and before we discuss all our predictions, let's talk about our numbers, the all important numbers that you guys need to know before you start watching the game. There's one man who absolutely loves bowling against Bengaluru, especially Virat and ABD, and that man is Shreyas Gopal. In 4 games, he has 12 wickets, and let's split that a little bit more. Shreyas Gopal versus AB de Villiers in the Indian T20 League, he's dismissed him 4 times. And Shreyas Gopal versus Virat Kohli, he has dismissed Virat 3 times. So out of those 12 wickets versus Bangalore, he has taken Virat and AB 7 times both together. So that's a fantastic number to have because it's not easy to make the likes of an AB and a Virat somebody's bunny, but Shreyas Gopal has done so. We all know that Virat Kohli ever so slightly, I wouldn't even call it struggles, but he ever so slightly has some sort of problems with leg spinners, and Shreyas Gopal is a great one at that. Again, speaking of ABD and Virat, ABD loves playing versus Rajasthan. He has an average of 41.5, a brilliant strike rate, 7 half centuries versus Rajasthan. On the other hand, Virat not so much. He only averages about 21 or so against this side. His strike rate is just over 100. He has about 300 odd runs in 19 innings. His strike rate, his numbers are very low versus Rajasthan. So it's not very often that you see Virat Kohli not score runs against a particular side, but Rajasthan seems to be one of those. So it's going to be, like I said before, a great contest to watch out for. Sanju, Samson, the man in form for Rajasthan, doesn't like so much playing in Abu Dhabi because in the 2014 edition of the Indian T20 League, he only averaged 8.3, and that is not good for Rajasthan's mainstay. Moving on, and last but not least, speaking about Isuru Udana, the latest entrant into the Bangalore franchise. He played the last game. He has been brilliant in this country. He just loves playing here. He has 20 wickets to his name in just 11 games. So that is something that he will take any day against a side like Rajasthan, who have Steve Smith and Sanju, Samson and Joss Buttler, and probably a few of the world's greatest cricketers. Well, let's quickly move on and speak about my probable predicted 11, and the first side that I'm going to go with is Virat Kohli and company of Bangalore. This team looks fantastic. They did play really well in the last game. They won that game. It took them to the Super Over. The team looks very solid now, especially everybody at the top have been firing except for Virat. And Virat, you can never write him off. Just give him a couple more games. He's definitely going to come good. And if that happens, without Virat Kohli, the team scored over 200 runs in the last game. So just imagine what would happen if Virat also contributed. In the bowling department, it looks very solid. They have 2 leg spinners in Zampa and Chahal. Navdeep Saini was absolutely magnificent in that Super Over. He simply bowled all the balls perfectly wherever he wanted to. So that's something that is very good for Virat Kohli and men. and most importantly, they don't have Umesh Yadav, who has been leaking runs. Shivam Dube also came quite good in the last game, so they look a very good side. It'll be a great contest. Quickly moving on and speaking about Rajasthan. Speaking about Rajasthan, they also look a very good side. All the explosion is at the top of the order. They have Steve Smith, they have Joss Buttler and Sanju Samson most importantly. And a little lower down the order, they have two emerging all-rounders, I would have to say, in T20 cricket, Jofra Archer and Tom Curran. Tom Curran obviously scored a brilliant half century in the last game, but it went in vain. But Jofra Archer has been cleanly striking the ball, so that is some good news for Rajasthan. Robin Uthappa, Riyan Parag and Rahul Tewatia, they need to come good. Rahul Tewatia obviously was a superhero just a couple of games ago, but then he still needs to find his feet. It's not going to be an everyday occasion where he scores 30 runs in an over. So that's something that they'll have to think about. The bowling department looks very solid. So these are my predicted 11s for both these sides, and the most important part is now the audience poll. The people, whatever they decide is what is most likely to happen. I asked them the question, asking them if they thought if Rajasthan was going to be able to beat Virat Kohli and men, and surprisingly 54% of the people said that yes, Rajasthan will be able to thump Virat Kohli and company. But I'm going to say Virat Kohli is going to come good, Bangalore is going to come good. That team looks absolutely brilliant, and that team has what it takes to beat Rajasthan. Although head-to-head is not favouring Bangalore at the moment, but still this game is going to be a great contest to watch out for, and I am rooting for Virat Kohli and men to win this contest. So that's pretty much it, guys, in this video. If you did like the video, hit the like button. In the comments to let me know all your predictions, and if you already haven't done it, then hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys tomorrow with a very similar video.